Hey, what's up, guys? It's Epiphanies here, aka Funny McTow, rousing the haters, but finding myself in a state of approval. In the coming weeks, I'm going to chronicle a crazed roller coaster ride I found myself in about a 2 week period. It hasn't all completely come to head, but for the most part, it has. So, for the first subject I'd like to cover is going to be the breakdown of relationships and its inevitable breakdown. With the other segments, we'll be covering red flags, but here and now, I'm going to put it very simply. Through my freshly gained perspective as to what contributes to a breakdown, if not the all in all of it, is this very simple thing. There is a disrespect or a misperception of the dynamics of a relationship. Now, we've heard all this before, but I'd like to liken this to treating a wolf like a cat. It's only a matter of time until that wolf gets mad and tries to rip your face off because you're trying to treat it like a cat. Wolves, as you know, are generally extremely, if not completely, self-sufficient. They can hunt for themselves, and they often hunt in a pack. Now, if you catch a wolf and it's fully grown, set in its ways, and you start, trying to get it to do tricks, or once again, treating it like a cat. If you try to pet it like a cat, get it to cuddle with you, and if let's say you even go through the perverse exercise of trying to get a wolf to purr, and then feeling that, oh, that sound it's making, which is definitely the wolf growling because it's super pissed off, is a purr, because I see it like that, and as long as I would recognize something as such, that's the all in all. It's good enough for me, then it's good enough for reality. Women in their 30s, as I have observed it, have sort of a strangely perverse kind of notion when they see a man in their peer group. They almost view him as sort of a lost puppy, an orphaned animal that they need to save. That should be just oh so grateful of any kind of treatment, because after all, nobody wanted this animal, and if I want this animal, it should just have praise and love and affection that should be poured on to the 30-year-old woman who's hit the wall, unending, because they should be so thankful because they rescued you. Governed by this strange mindset, they will proceed to list all of your flaws. And like I've said in videos prior, this is a gauntlet. Dating for a lot of guys is a gauntlet. It's a tearing down of your, not only your moral structure, but your self-esteem, so as to make you more malleable, to get you into position to capitulate that much greater. To illustrate, there was a ex-girlfriend of mine some time ago, and she listed one of my personal flaws to her as being too calm, while she professed herself to being too manic and said that we balance each other out. And for my self-analysis, I thought that I was actually not calm enough in a lot of different ways. I have a pretty explosive personality. I'm diagnosed with ADHD, so don't let this calm demeanor that I put on for my YouTube videos fool you. If you go back and listen to any of my prior content, I've actually got on quite the rage session. But to continue on, this was merely gateway vernacular, so as to say that I'm not spontaneous enough. I need to be more flexible and need to be more open. And this is because, to her examination of me, I was a prude with money. She at one point wanted to do something to do with, I believe it's over here in America, we have this delivery service that you can do. It's sort of like Uber Eats, but it's I think it is Uber Eats as I recalled it. She wanted to sign up, and she didn't have a bank account because she is quite negligent, or I should say she was quite negligent with funds. And yeah, so she actually had asked me, or petitioned, and then later demanded that I, open my bank account up to her, because how else is she going to have access and get money? And I said, well, your father should be open to the idea. After all, you're still living at his house. I'm pretty sure if you, polish your proposal and present it to him, and then even list about how you don't have a bank account, and you will acknowledge that that is your fault, but that you will do much better in the future. And then she began to barrage me with flaws and talk about how I don't spend money on her. And I just said, yes, there's an appropriate amount of money and there's an inappropriate amount of money. I need to stay on budget. With all that being said, here is my summation of this little thesis work I wish to present. In the course of dating or the courtship period in the average, Western world or the average man out there, they seek to undermine your self-sufficiency so that you are more dependent on them. And as they've undermined whatever degree of self-sufficiency you have as a man, you will not have those skills to fall back on, as they've told you and in many ways emotionally terrorized you into relinquishing them. Thusly, they have completely destroyed the relationship and any potential relationship they could have had at the foundation. So I hope you found this to be informative as well as swift. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for listening.